Well, good morning to everybody. This is Marty Mangello from the United States Presidential Service Center, and happy to be here. I am actually on the first floor today. So I have the brand new President Biden exhibit behind me, which launched. And we're very happy to see the Africa meeting beginning again. And to showcase this, it's been a delight. Yesterday, we had a wonderful show, the Goodbye, I Love You show. So interesting to see. So give us a second. We will be starting here. And thank you so much for joining us. Well, thank you again for joining us each month. We are here the second Tuesday of every month, and we always start at 10 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. And as you know, the chairperson of the Africa Committee has been going through quite a bit with the death of his mother. So Blandin Akakpo has had a lot to do. He is also the only son from Togo for his family. So we have been without Blandin for the past two meetings, but it's been very difficult for him. Please pray for him, keep him in your prayers. And we also have mentioned and lit candles for him in the United States Presidential Service Center, Evergreen Chapel. I'm going to get right to it today and actually share my screen for everybody. So you should be able to see this here in a second. Let me bring up our site over here. And if you come into the Presidential Center, the United States Presidential Service Center, the actual address, many people have asked, can I just type in www.presidentialservicecenter.org? Many people have asked, we see that as the web address. Can I also type that in? Yes, you can. And look what happens. Yes, you can. It actually brings you over to our main site, and notice that the Presidential Center, this page is resident. Here also, this address is correct. So this has been a question I think that we have received at least 5 times just in the past month, the difference between the two addresses. But either one of them will take you in. And then we have some best practices also. Patty Frudenberg mentioned this yesterday. We have some best practices with different variated versions of the web address. So .org, and some people type the Presidential Service Center, some best practices. And where I would like to also showcase today is if you Notice this drop-down box here. We have been spending quite a bit of time on just getting people oriented and where to find information. The Africa Committee is actually right in here, the trustees and board section. So if you click and go in there, you will actually see a lot of the people across Africa in this committee. And you'll see also, obviously, our trustees and board members are first and foremost at the very top here. So these are the board members. And then down here, we have the trustees. And so I'll just scroll down a little bit. And we can turn off that reminder, right? Okay. And then this section here actually begins committee chairpersons and unofficial advisors. So every once in a while, we'll have somebody mention, like, I could be an unofficial advisor. That's also something that they're capable of doing, but they don't want to run a board or run a committee or be in charge of anything. So Dr. Thelma, I would like to specifically mention in Africa. Right there, you notice Dr. Thelma Frimpong Mensah. She is such a wonderful lady. Thelma is the Senior Vice President of Education for the African Youth Institute and assists with initiatives in Ghana. That's where she lives, in Ghana. But with the 55 countries across Africa, it's not hard to travel to different countries. She graduated from SMC University with a Doctor of Philosophy, a PhD in Finance. And you'll notice that Thelma is often on LinkedIn posting many different items, especially jobs that are available. She's an entrepreneurial startup at the heart, always involved in incubating things and offering items. I'd like to go over there and just show people on her actual LinkedIn page. Definitely friend her up, Dr. Thelma Frimpong. This is a serious, wonderful lady. And always involved in excellent initiatives. She did just celebrate, yes, 1 year at the African Youth. So let's like that. This is how we help a lot with each other, by the way. We actually help each other by doing that. So yeah, take a look at Dr. Thelma. If I was going to highly recommend somebody to anyone, it would be Dr. Thelma. And she is always looking for opportunities to work with Blandin and Chake. Let me bring up Blandin here. I'm going to show him in a little bit more in a second, but Blandin Akakpo, a very well-known African business strategist and investments advisor. Blandin lives in Togo and recently offered to have one of the major secretaries for the country appear on this show. And so we're talking more about that right now. But yeah, these are all different things going on in Africa. Visuel c'est l'Etra Afrique. This was another big event, and tons of them going on. Of course, happy Independence Day to Equatorial Guinea. And Blandin is the president and CEO of BKA Investments. So also, please friend up Blandin and say hello to him. Get on his radar. Blandin has been super nice. Let me shrink this down for everybody. And I mentioned Chake. So Chake is also doing fantastic things, Chake Keita. And I will showcase his profile from the African Network as well. Chake knows a number of presidents across Africa, prime ministers, kings, queens, royal families. And Chake was so nice to be on our Lady Africa show, hosted by Hazel Harrington recently. So that was was super nice of him. He was actually in Paris, so it was 2 o'clock in the morning when he came on. And here you can see, since he also lives in Paris, he's got different things. So this one is regarding the conference for art and a dialogue, des dialogues de l'art, in Paris. So, and all the different African cultural items that are on display. So these are just some of the top people in Africa. And let me do this. Let me go back to the committee right here, because I said I was going to scroll down a little bit further. I wanted to showcase Dr. Thelma to everybody today. And then here you can see Blandin. Also from Zimbabwe, Dr. Hazel Harrington. You definitely want to friend up Hazel. She is doing fantastic things. This is Hazel's LinkedIn. And currently working on, right now, she is currently working on a South Africa appearance. And if Stormy and I fly to South Africa this year, we will be letting you know. I was just invited this morning, in fact, to appear for another incubator show coming up soon in Africa, and it'll be more blockchain associated. So now let me go down here, because also we get questions on WhatsApp about where this particular committee is on the website. And here it is right here. You can see under this section, the committee with chairpersons. So that is right there. And notice right here, the Africa Committee. Quick shout out for Farah from the Crypto Committee. She has got a show coming up very soon. Definitely friend up Farah from Kanzun Ventures in Kuala Lumpur. But Farah is got her first show coming up with us on the 18th. So more about that later, and back to the Africa Committee. But notice just right above the Africa Committee is the Crypto Committee. And boy, is there a lot going on in Africa with crypto. One thing Antoine and I did, Antoine Thomas showcase last show, if you want to watch the last episode, is all the wonderful work on guinea worm eradication that the Carter Center is doing in Africa. Definitely, that's why we have a direct link there. We want to showcase that and highlight that. And also the Bush and Clinton foundations doing work. Clinton Foundation doing heavy work in Africa. Here are the direct links again to Chairperson Blandin Akakpo in Togo. And I mentioned Dr. Thelma. And Mary Naditru is all the way on the other side. So friend up Mary. Mary is practicing law. She graduated from the Kenya School of Law. So definitely friend up Mary. Say hello to her and get on her radar. She is very close to about 9,000 followers right now. So Mary's on the complete opposite side. And for folks watching this show later, let me just say this. I'm going to bring up a map and run over to Africa. I am coming to you from right here, Charlotte, North Carolina, in the United States. So let's go over to Africa, because not everybody understands or knows the 55 countries. And I, by far, am not a pretend expert who thinks he's a master. I'm not. So I'm still learning every day, guys. Down here, I mentioned Togo and Lomé. Here is where Blandin lives, in Lomé. This is a thin country. has a deep water port built by the Germans in the 1950s, which a lot of the traffic and deliveries for all of Africa comes into. And here is the capital of Ghana, Accra. So here we presently have financed through the Export-Import Bank of the United States, close to $300 million for a brand new dam, which will provide about 80% of the fresh water for Accra. So when I mention Ghana, people will be familiar with where Ghana is now. It's right next door to Togo. So it's really no problem when Blandin says things like, "Oh, I'm driving over. I'll be over in Accra in Ghana, and then I'm going to Nigeria, to do a show or to visit with people about a farm or a business opportunity." Well, Nigeria is just right here. Okay. So we will continue to showcase Africa and all the different countries on this show, little by little, so that people become more and more familiar with them and where we're talking about. Sanila Jayasaria, Sanila has done a lot of work here in Cameroon. And I would just like to mention Cameroon because look how close that is. So when you're talking with Sanila Jayasaria, who lives over here in Sri Lanka, you'll understand that, yes, remotely, she is doing a lot of work with ladies empowerment and stuff. But her big success story that she has explained to me to date is over here in Cameroon. So again, Cameroon right here. So today we were able to showcase Ghana. We were able to then discuss Togo. And I did mention Nigeria. God bless, one of our best friends who is now a United States citizen for a long time and works for the Immigration and Naturalization Service, Eddie, up in New York with his wife who owns the African restaurant right next to the United Nations. Eddie is from Nigeria. And then I just mentioned now Cameroon. Previous to that, I'm going to say Mary Naditru lives here in Kenya. So you can see we shot all the way across the famous Lake Victoria to the eastern side of Africa. And when you're looking at this and friending up Mary, you'll kind of sort of know, yes, she is in a different time zone. So Mary is right there. And I mentioned the Export-Import Bank of America today in Ghana. So here it is here, the transaction totaling $229 million. And the way we do this to help with something like this in Ghana is we have to showcase that we are supporting American jobs and American exports. So this is going to impact 600 American jobs. And this is EXIM, the Export-Import Bank of America. We mentioned this many, many, many times, Export-Import Bank of America and what it's all about. Just come in here to see that there, exim.gov. You can see what I did. We've got the huge conference coming up September 21st to 23rd. So I highly recommend everybody register. And when we come back, we're going to catch up on some news about EXIM and what is going on, the latest updates and everything. So let me stop sharing there for a second. We're going to be coming back after a few commercials. If you're watching this later, thank you so much. We have a bunch of comments coming in from people. Morelli is on. Thank you, Morelli from Australia. We love what you do. We love your show, Morelli. Also, Griffin has been a super supporter, and met Griffin over at the Hub with Lisa Ma Thank you so much. And other people, Angshul, we appreciate you. Blandin is here. Yay, Blandin. We love you, Blandin. Blandin, if you do want to come on, I sent you the link to pop in today. If you did have time to come in. And always prayers for your mother. Continue forward, Blandin. We know how tough it has been. Also, I would like to have a shout out to my buddy Dennis Clayton. Dennis is an inventor and invented stow and spin, now lives in Tennessee. He moved, but he is a fantastic inventor. And you may be seeing many of Dennis's products in Walmart these days as a spice runner. Yes, Blandin, thank you so much. He did mention a very tiny country with almost 8 million people from Togo. God bless. We appreciate you. And then so nice, Soji, what's going on, man? Good day to you also. Glad to join you today from Lagos, Nigeria. So nice to see so many of you on. If anybody would like to come on to today's show and you have something to present, just WhatsApp me. I'll send you the private link for the show and have you come back in. We'll bring you up on stage to talk about any projects, presentations. We will be coming right back to you guys. Give me 1 second. We're going to have a few commercials, so I always apologize for those. But we actually have some new sponsors with new commercials that make these things possible. We will be right back to you, and we are going to be taking a look at the news today from the Export-Import Bank of the United States.
Did you ever miss someone who has passed away? Now there's Miss You Gram app, giving people a brand new way to tribute the lives of deceased loved ones, or simply remember tender memories. This exclusive app is a user-friendly social media platform, giving people everywhere a respectable and comfortable place to create private or public memoriams. Miss You Gram has additional features like chat rooms and links to deceased databases and inspirational quotes. Users can also comment and connect on public posts. Join us and keep memories alive forever. Everyone wants to be remembered. For more details and download on the Google Play or Apple App Store, visit miss-u-gram.com.
Well, this episode is when screaming guests are lit on fire inside the White House. So I know that everyone's thinking, like, what did he just say? It's one thing to... Oh my gosh, and who knew in Abilene High School that we would be able to get a photograph from Julie Eisenhower? She sent this to us.
Join former White House chef Marty Mangello as he brings to life colorful stories about America's presidents and first families that have occupied 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue Northwest. It's time to be informed and entertained with Inside the President's Cabinet. Visit the website today at www.insidethepresidentscabinet.com.
I'm Marty Mongello from the United States Presidential Culinary Museum, and welcome to another episode of Inside the President's Cabinet.
Did you know that at least half of the world's population still does not have access to essential health services? One of the biggest problems in developing countries is the lack of medical monitoring devices. We have a solution. Kipuwex. Kipuwex is an easily attachable, lightweight IOMT device which continuously measures all the clinically relevant biomarkers vital to the assessment of your health. Kipuwex uses smart algorithms to provide efficiently reliable measurements for healthcare professionals. The biomarkers can be monitored remotely, anywhere and at any time, with a mobile and web application. Kipuwex is not limited by physical infrastructure and is suitable for professional use and in the future for home users as well. A simple user interface will let you choose which biomarkers you want to view and displays them on easy-to-read graphs. We here at Kipuwex want to combat healthcare inequality and help millions of people around the world.
So much thank you to Kipuwex and to all the sponsors, Rick Francis with Carolina's Commercial Realty, and also exotic car rental by Advent Jets and flights around the world from Advent. We really appreciate our sponsors. One of our newest sponsors, Miss Hugh Graham, doing wonderful things out there. We had Miss Hugh Graham on yesterday with the Goodbye I Love You show. So nice of them to help us. And then Leisure Management Plus has been terrific with the MUV X and XL sanitizing machines, the ultraviolet light sanitizing machines. Of course, Morelli Tulakima with her show out of Australia. Get on Morelli's circuit and see her shows. They are fantastic. And then Farah from Kanzun Ventures and Dr. Crawford Dr. Crawford Omps with her many shows. I also noticed Lisa Ma popped in today. Lisa is doing fantastic things, just unbelievable. And Morelli just said, thanks for airing her video. Definitely, we appreciate you so much. Lisa is over at Hub, so joinhub.com. Lisa, if you have stuff going on, give us a shout out. More than happy to make sure people know that you have a lot of shows, a lot of events that Hub sponsors and hosts. They also have VIP rooms. So super nice to see the connection with Soji. Also, he said he would like to present a project on modern farming in Nigeria. That would be fantastic, Soji. This is what this is all about, reaching across the ocean to help people. And if I may just now go back, I had promised to go back to EXIM and show you what is going on, but I'm going to jump over there on one more profile on LinkedIn, Soji, to try and link you up. I linked actually two on Sunday night. I linked two Irishmen who live in Ireland together with each other. So that was so cool to see them really make a connection. And they said right away, okay, let's connect this week. We want to link up with each other. Let me share my screen again for everybody. If you get a chance here, take a look at, I have the link here in the Africa Committee to the Export-Import Bank. And I know we looked at that and we clicked and went into EXIM right here. And so we are doing farming projects for billions of dollars. And one thing I wanted to mention is the news. I promised when we come back in, we were going to hit the news. So that's right here. And what is going on with the latest and the greatest. So the engines to Turkish Airlines for 54.9 million. That loan was guaranteed. Also talks on a transformational exports and the China competition meeting to discuss this. The natural gas project right there in Africa for Mozambique. This was in April. And so this is a liquefied natural gas project. And moving forward, on this announcement at the Ofungi Peninsula. So if you come in here and you identify with what's going on in the news, not only can you learn and pick up on a lot of things, but you can see what's going on all around you. And you will notice that it is very heavy on African projects, Indonesian projects, Indian projects, South American projects. So this is all right here. And the 2020 annual report highlighting a total of 5.4 billion. So this was the total in EXIM. More so recently, I'd put out that we are handling about 86 billion per year in monies that are given out. About 20 billion of that is through U.S. aid, but we also have ITA, MCC, EXIM, several different authorities that are working on projects and initiatives. So this is the 2020 report here. And feel free to come in and check it out. The U.S. aid report I put out on the 20 billion for 2020 is 96 pages long. It is in the Africa Committee on WhatsApp. Many people have begun to dissect that and take it apart. And I know Dr. Joseph Santhrapan in India is going through that report right now. So here is a lot of the different items going on. And depending on your country, you can either go through all these to see what is happening historically. Or what I like to do, and this is something I mentioned to Amui Quaye, look up here. You see this magnifying glass here. You can do a search. So Amui lives in Ghana. He mentioned to me this week that he is very close. The business plan is done for his proposed cocoa farm. But look what happens if you go in and you just search Ghana. You will see all of the money for Ghana. And this is very helpful because you can identify and make a list on paper of all of the key players in Ghana and where the money is going and what is happening and what is being built with construction. You know, this is super, super, super helpful. Here's the 155.4 million for the hospital. Trucks, brand new trucks going into Ghana, $750,000 for trucks and container chassis to August Limited. Firefighting vehicles for the Ghana National Fire Service. A $350 million contract here for electrical connectivity for Ghana, underpinning critical electrical infrastructure. So just by typing in your country's name or any type of keyword that you are trying to find information on is right there. Often also one thing that people love is the email addresses for people, what their exact name is, what is their phone number. It's all here. So if you read and inform yourself on the report and all of the hundreds of billions of dollars occurring all around you, and then you make a list of the names and the phone numbers and the email addresses of all of these people, whether it's in oil storage and pipelines or electrical capacity or water with dam or farming, this is super helpful. There's another just down there, 6 million. So the magnifying glass is fantastic. And let me jump in here because I just mentioned Amui's name for his farm that he is trying to get going, Amui Quaye. This is in Ghana with cocoa farming. Please friend up Amui. And this may be a very good natural connection. Let me run over here and stop sharing. This may be a very good natural connection for Soji, to friend up Amui with his successes that he has had. So Soji, I'm looking forward to contact with you and to have you on the show. Excuse me. Lisa did send over some wonderful items here for Join Hub, the Africa Committee monthly meeting every Tuesday at 8 o'clock at 10 o'clock in the morning. This show comes on, and Soji, we'll be looking forward to having you on next month. Will be fantastic if you are ready to present your project on modern farming and the successes that you have had in Nigeria. Also, we have been encouraging Amui to set up a legitimized bank account with a Kickstarter campaign. We have featured before in these meetings various different Kickstarter campaigns for farming across Africa. And the way we have found those is to go on into Kickstarter, and we literally just type that in, Farm Africa. And we were able to find 20, 30 different very successful initiatives on Kickstarter where people can donate. And so this is nice because you're not going to need to get permission from your financial planner to donate $10 to the success of a farm that is putting videos and photos up and sharing the success with people. I don't think you need to call your attorney to get permission for that. And it's pretty simple to just donate $10 and wish the very best to them. I'm going to sign off for now. It was my pleasure to showcase Kenya today, Togo, Nigeria, and Ghana. We will be moving on to other countries and other opportunities as they occur. If there are any questions after today's show, you know that we are always here. We are one of the few people that folks say that constantly actually really answer emails, text messages, if you want to Facebook instant message us, and then also people that many times send us items on LinkedIn instant messaging. So really all of them, Instagram, Twitter, you name it, guys, phone calls, emails, and messages, and direct letters that we receive every day here at the Presidential Center. We actually answer all of them. So we look forward to talking with you. And hopefully, if we get lucky, we will have Soji on come next show. And soon enough, we'll get Blandin back on and keep you guys apprised. One final shout out for Hazel Harrington. Did announce this week the Lady Asian Power, August 18th. Is going to be coming up. That has been confirmed, the Lady Asian Power. So I know everybody loved the Lady African Power. The Lady Asia Power show is coming up. They are also in development for Australasia and Lady America's Power shows. So this is continuing forward, but if you would like to become a sponsor for Harrington Publications worldwide, please be sure to go to harringtonpublications.com. There is information there all about the Lady Asia Power Conference coming up August 18th. It is going to be live to you, of course, and looking forward to seeing more great things coming out of Africa. Today was the big Center for Disease Control live conference from Africa, and great things with the support of MasterCard that several dignitaries and excellencies mentioned, how MasterCard signed on with Africa in 2009 to financially support them. And so this morning, if you didn't catch it, you can go back on YouTube. Please catch and watch the Center for Disease Control from the African Union and all of the excellencies and speeches and talks about what is going on with COVID-19 and the support that the African Union has received from MasterCard. Thank you so much to those kinds of sponsors and to all of our sponsors out there. Thank you so much again.